The one main problem I had with the COVID, there's a sports centre down the back there. There's a doctor's surgery just around the corner. Employees of both places come to me and said, look, you're homeless. If you need to use the toilet, if you need to have a wash, perfect, brilliant.
Okay.
Then the COVID came along. Can't go in.
You didn't have all that.
All of a sudden, nowhere am I supposed to go? You know, and everybody's got to go.
Chris, first of all, thank you so much for talking to us. I want to ask you, how old are you?
I'm 62.
62. And how long have you been homeless for, all in all, like totally?
Well, since I lost my flat, it's been about probably 4 years.
And is this your first time being homeless, or have you been homeless in the past?
No, I've been homeless on many occasions before. I've only actually had a flat in Finchley Park for 3 years.
Okay.
Besides a few flats when I was a teenager that I had for up to a few months, I've been on the road. I've been living in caravans or in benders or in travelling vehicles. Since 1976.
Oh, wow, long time ago. How did you initially end up in that situation where you were homeless?
I set off on the road. It was.
You chose to do that?
It was, yes, yeah.
What about your family? Where are they?
Adopted parents.
Okay.
Both split up, remarried.
What area did you grow up in?
Cheshire.
Cheshire. And then your family, you got married, and
Thank you, my friend.
I'm assuming you got some kids as well?
I have a son and a daughter. They're grown up now.
Where are they?
They're down in Devon.
Okay. When was the last time you saw them?
I haven't seen them for quite a few years.
Yeah. What about spoken to them on the phone or anything?
No. It's just.
Have you got a phone, by the way?
Yes, I do have a phone.
Okay. And being homeless for this long, what do you find to be the toughest part about being homeless, Chris?
To be honest, I don't think I find it quite as hard as a lot of people do. Because some people are just totally unused to it.
Yeah.
But I've lived on the road. I've gone out and trapped rabbits and things when you to eat. And I'm a survivor. I can survive. I mean, in the city, basically, I know a lot of people feel quite hopeless. But the truth of the matter is, if you couldn't find food in London, you couldn't find your arse with both hands. It's the truth of the matter, isn't it?
Yeah, we've heard that before as well. Like, because in London,
but
so many people.
Some people they just can't cope with it, can they? And obviously, a large number of people I know that are homeless do have mental health problems,
Of course.
either as a result of being homeless or a contributing factor to their route to homelessness. God knows, that. It is what it is,
How have the other homeless people been towards you?
On the whole,
Positive.
generally, I've always had the attitude that we're all in the same boat. You know what I mean? So, like, I've been very fortunate here. There's locals bring me food and things, and most days I usually end up with a bit more food than I need myself.
Yeah.
So I make a point of passing it on. You know what I mean? Because the last thing you want to do is see. I was brought up not to see food go to waste. You know, if it's put on your plate, you eat it.
It's a blessing you're giving to someone else. And are you always here by the station, or?
Yeah. A few friends nicknamed me Chris the Bridge because I lived under here for a couple of years.
Now, this might be a crazy question, but since you've been homeless for so long, is there anything you enjoy about being homeless? I've never asked this one before.
Actually, I do enjoy being understard, but obviously, we're in England,
ups and downs.
and it's summer's coming on, and it's pretty easy this time of year, isn't it?
And when it rains,
when it rains, I'm all right. I've got the bridge.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate that I have a friend who, because also the one main problem I had with the COVID, there's a sports centre down the back there. There's a doctor's surgery just around the corner. Employees of both places come to me and said, look, you're homeless. If you need to use the toilet, if you need to have a wash, perfect, brilliant.
Okay.
Then the COVID came along. Can't go in.
You didn't have all that.
All of a sudden, nowhere am I supposed to go? And everybody's got to go.
You gotta go when you gotta go.
But luckily, a friend, an acquaintance at first, but now a good friend, made a decision himself that I could be trusted. He gave me his front door key. So I can go down to his house. I can go and have a wash.
Wow.
And recently, because the council, for the second time in 2 years, came and took everything. Threw it all on the skip.
So you told us earlier you had a mattress here as well before, and they took.
The locals had a whip round and they bought me a sleeping bag.
Okay.
It cost 150 bloody pounds.
Oh my goodness.
I'd had it about 2.5 weeks. I went round to visit a friend, the next street down the road. Within 3/4 of an hour of me leaving, a council van turned up with 5 policemen.
Okay.
It's only me here,
Yeah.
you know,
What's
and
the-
they took everything, threw it in a skip. The locals, and including the residents committee, went garaging and got in touch with the council to find out, well, where's his stuff gone? You know, they just spent I felt ashamed. They spent 150 pounds on a sleeping bag. It's far more than I would have spent on a sleeping bag, but it was a very good sleeping bag, and it was, you know, it was cold weather, you know. But no, the council don't care. They come along, chuck it, threw it on the skip.
Did they have your paper?
Including my birth certificate,
okay.
any other, every piece of paper
Your
had
ID
to
and
my
stuff.
name.
All
They just
gone.
took it all and threw it in the skip.
When was this? How long ago?
That was just a couple of months ago now.
Okay.
And they did it a year ago again.
Have the outreach teams tried to help you in any ways?
Yes, I have been engaging. I was offered a chance of going to a hotel
Yeah.
through the COVID thing.
Yeah.
But then bearing in mind that once the lockdown comes off, you're back out of the hotel again.
Yeah.
And also the fact that I'd read in, I don't know, you may be well be aware, there's a magazine called The Pavement.
Okay.
It's a magazine for the homeless.
Okay.
You know, just a little thing like that.
Yeah.
In there was a survey early on in the COVID thing of people staying in hostels. The rate of infection, they tested 1,000 people.
Okay.
The rate of infection was 4%. 4 in 100. That's doesn't seem that high,
Yeah.
but when you compare it with the rate of infection out here,
Yeah.
I'm safer out here, mate.
Okay.
I'm
I got
62
you.
years old, you know. I've had chest problems.
Okay. So that's
You know,
the decision you
personally
made.
speaking, I actually feel I'm always been that of the opinion that the best thing to do with your kids, and when you're a kid, is get in amongst the muck
Yeah.
and build antibodies.
And you
Too
know.
many people live in a sterile environment now, and it's, you know, you can see it now. Some and ever increasing people have got asthma, allergies.
Yeah.
It's coming through living in a Dettol wiped. Because when you
Yes.
wipe something with Dettol, you don't just get rid of the germs, you get rid of the healthy bacteria. Because there's plenty of healthy bacteria,
And also,
isn't
you're
there?
not allowing your immune system to build up.
You're not letting your
become
immune system develop,
stronger.
because it's got to get in there,
Yeah.
trigger the antibodies, get the white corpuscles going, and get it.
So
healed,
can I ask
know.
you? I mean, your life before all of this, or maybe when it was a bit easier, did you ever have a job or anything like that?
Yeah, well, like we were basically self-employed. I was involved with 3 festivals. Now, it doesn't sound like, you know, you've got to be realistic. It involves an economy,
Yeah.
you know. I mean, but we'd have collections, this and that, and you know, we did 3 festivals. We'd set up a stage. We'd arrive. We'd set up a stage. Any bands could come and play. They'd play for free. You know, we'd have whip rounds to make sure the bands got a bit of something, and at least fuel in their vehicles to get them all home again. And
Yeah.
you know.
What about Universal Credit? Are you with them?
Yeah, on and off. Yeah.
Okay. At the
Yeah.
moment, are you getting
Oh,
Universal?
I'm on ESA at the moment.
Okay. And what's the nicest thing someone has done for you?
I've you know,
Is there anything that stands out to you that someone's done that you really remember?
well, people have brought me clothes. When I'll give you an example. When the council, I came back. I left here. It was about 12:15 or 12:45 at night. 1:45 apparently in the morning. The council van turned up
Okay.
with 5 policemen, as if, you know,
Like there's some crime happening or
That's-
something. Yeah.
they could be looking after more important crimes than, you know,
Exactly.
than one man living on the street. Thank you. And anyway, the next morning I'm sat here like this with nothing.
Yeah.
And Gavin in the cafe there runs a vegan cafe behind you there, and he came out and they were saying, coming by, Chris, where's all this stuff? I said, oh, the council have taken it. They went nuts. Next thing, I swear, within 4 hours, 2 lads came running up the road with another mattress. Somebody else brought another mattress.
that's
I had
amazing,
about
man.
5 or 6 continental quilts in duvets,
Yeah.
2 or 3 sleeping bags. In fact, I was having to say to people, no, please.
Oh, that's so sweet, man.
You know, it's enough.
That's
but,
amazing to
You
hear.
know, but then I feel, you know, I just feel blessed.
Yeah.
You know.
You must do. But that just shows, you know, the kind of person you are, because they've known you for so long. that they
Well,
want to
I
help
have
you.
an opinion that, you can lay down as many laws and tell people how they should or shouldn't live. Any intelligent man with two brain cells to rub together should have a standard of sense of right or wrong. And if you live right, I feel your life should go pretty well right. I know it doesn't always work like that.
Yeah.
A lot of innocent people you see getting hurt here, there and all over the world, but on the whole I still believe that if you live right and with the right mind,
Yeah, it comes
you can
back.
hope that that you'll earn some good karma points, or however you want to look at it. You know what I mean?
Karma points, like
well, when you look at
like
it,
a
it
club
doesn't.
card.
I know it's not that simple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, but it makes sense. What's the meanest thing someone has done to you?
Oh, I wouldn't even go into it.
No?
Most of it could be a Thursday, Friday night, and it's piss and vinegar, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the same man will walk past you, embarrassed the next day. When you know what I mean? So you have to make allowances, don't you?
And
Not excuses
Yeah.
or justification.
You forgive them, innit?
Yeah, you just got to let it ride.
And what about drugs? What part do they play in being homeless?
It's easy to get down, and you know what I mean. I'll make no bones about it. I've been smoking cannabis since I was 13, and I've no intention of stopping. I thoroughly enjoy, and I don't really, it's far better for me than pouring alcohol down my face.
Fair enough.
And I behave a lot better,
Yeah. What
so you
about
say all these windows of perception and all that when you get
What
stoned, but
about,
I feel a better person and act a better person.
Yeah.
Oh, it had that effect on me when I was younger, when I used to get drunk and play the idiot, and I make no bones about it.
how old are your kids now?
I've grown up now.
Yeah. You got grandkids?
No.
No. And
Well, not that I know of yet. Who knows?
what about like any Class A drugs? Have you taken any of those? Or
I had in the past, yeah.
What about at the moment?
Now, at the moment, I was on a script. Then I had a problem. I was staying on a friend's sofa,
Yeah.
so I had a care of address, so I could collect my methadone. Then, because I already discovered that I was on the street, they said, "Oh no, you'll have to come and collect it every day from the
Okay.
chemist." The problem with that, the only chemist that was open on Sunday was all the way down Camden Road. So every day I had to go from here all the way down to Camden Rudley Road
Okay.
to collect my script and that. And in the end, I just thought, well,
Get it.
and I just weighed myself up.
And
Every now and then I'll have a little indulgence. I'll make no bones about it.
Fair
Some days you
yeah.
just
And in London,
you
it's
feel
so
like you
common
need
as
it,
well.
and some days you need it. I don't care. I've been all over this country. It's no better anywhere else than London.
Okay.
I've been surprised. I've gone into little provincial areas and it's rife, isn't it?
Okay.
Scary.
And
That's
where were
different.
you staying and stuff?
Which one, too? Well, I was staying in travelling vehicles. Like converted buses.
Is there
Or
anything
vendors.
you missed from before you became homeless then?
I think, not massively, really. I mean, we were happily carrying on having festivals and things, but then they brought out the Criminal Justice Bill and the Public Order Acts, and where we used to travel as a group. We used to do a festival at Stonehenge every midsummer solstice.
Yeah.
They stopped that. They stopped that by drafting police in from 4 different counties, bringing 400 police down, and they smashed and burned half of our vehicles, killed half of people's dogs. Look up the Battle of the Beanfield. Remember that. Look it up on the internet.
Battle of the.
Battle of the Beanfield.
Okay.
Peace convoy.
Yeah.
Happened in 1985.
1985. Okay.
Look
we're
up
gonna
what
check that
happened,
out.
and then you'll see the reason why half of the people came off the road.
People that are gonna watch this video, what's your message for humanity? What would you want the people to know? Is there any final message for them?
I'd say, well, if everyone had my opinion, we're all entitled to our opinions. I think I wish the world would look at anybody in the world could look at each other as with an equality, but appreciate the differences. We're equal but
like
different.
that. Yeah,
I
we
like
are.
that. I love the differences.
Yeah.
It makes life interesting, doesn't
Exactly.
it? And to learn about other people's beliefs, cultures, or non-beliefs, how other people live.
And if we were all the same, it'd be
Live
boring.
and let live, it would. And of course, yeah. That's why I used to feel sorry for. I used to think, of course, it's like the information you're fed, like, what do they call it? But say, like, you used to think everyone in China walked around in the same clothes
Exactly.
and worked for. And I used
It's
to think,
always
that's-
just the media as well, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Like the image of Russians. When I was an army cadet when I was at school,
Okay.
and we used to shoot on a gun range. Now on the gun range, the targets, right? The targets, they look like a Russian charging at you.
God.
And is that not indoctrination?
Yeah.
And
That's
then
just
a few years
brainwashing you.
later, it's not the Russians of the threat, it's the Chinese. So probably the cadets now are probably pointing at targets of people like that. You know.
Yeah.
It's not right, is it? You
that's
know, It's
crazy.
indoctrination, isn't
It is from a young age.
But it's
But
stuff
thank
you don't
so
realise
much.
about until you're older, do
Yeah,
you? You know?
exactly. But God bless you. Thank you so much. You're such an amazing person, man.
Yeah.
Wish you well.